Say it again, she laughed, leaning toward her coworker. Tell him how loyal husbands are just unpaid security guards. The table exploded with laughter. Not cruel, casual, like it was obvious. Like I was supposed to laugh too. My name is Aaron Collins. I was 41 years old when that sentence finally broke something I'd been holding together for years. I worked as a logistics analyst for a regional distribution company in Phoenix. I had been married for 12 years. That night wasn't a party. It was a casual team dinner after a quarterly review. I wasn't supposed to be there. My wife invited me last minute, said it would be nice for a change. That's what she called things she didn't want to explain. She arrived before me. I could tell because when I walked in, she was already seated, angled toward a man I recognized from her office photos. Her phone was on the table, face down, a habit I'd noticed 2 years ago. I sat beside her. She didn't move her chair. Conversation flowed around deadlines, supply chain jokes, inside humor I wasn't part of. I smiled when appropriate, nodded, drank water. She didn't touch me once. No knee under the table. No hand on my arm. Just distance disguised as comfort. Then someone mentioned relationships. Someone joked about cheating rumors at work. My wife didn't look at me when she spoke. You know, she said lightly, some people still believe loyalty means something. It's kind of adorable. Her coworker grinned. Especially the loyal ones. She laughed again. Exactly. I felt something hollow open in my chest. Not anger. Recognition. Later, in the car, I said, "What was that about?" She stared out the window. What was what? The loyalty comment. She shrugged. It was a joke, Aaron. God, you're sensitive. That word followed me into the house. Sensitive. It sat between us while she brushed her teeth, while she changed, while she rolled away from me in bed. I didn't sleep. 2 days later, I found the messages by accident. I wasn't snooping. Her tablet synced while she was in the shower. A group chat popped up. A name I recognized. The coworker. The messages weren't explicit. They didn't need to be. Your husband still playing the loyal knight. Yup. 12 years strong. Impressive. More convenient than impressive. There were 2 years of this. 2 years of inside jokes about my trust. About my routines. About how predictable I was. They joked about me packing her lunch. About waiting up for her. About how I never checked her phone. I sat on the edge of the bed while the shower ran. I didn't cry. I felt embarrassed for not crying. That night, I confronted her in the kitchen. No raised voices. Just space. How long? I asked. She didn't deny it. That hurt more than if she had. 2 years, she said. It wasn't supposed to be a thing. And the jokes, I asked. About my loyalty. She crossed her arms. You make it easy. You don't question anything. So I deserved it. She exhaled sharply. I never loved you the way you loved me. I loved what you provided. Stability, predictability. I nodded. I don't know why. You were convenient, she continued. Your feelings don't really matter here. I stopped centering my life around them a long time ago. There it was. Clean, cold, honest. Something in me folded inward, not dramatically, like a map being put away after a long, wrong journey. I didn't argue. I didn't ask her to stop seeing him. I didn't ask why I wasn't enough. I had asked those questions silently for years. This time, I already had the answers. I slept on the couch. For 3 nights. On the 4th, she asked, "Are you going to say something?" I looked at her and realized I had been explaining myself my entire marriage, explaining why I worked late, why I was tired, why I needed reassurance, why I cared. I'm done explaining, I said. That was the turning point, not because it was brave. Because it was quiet. Over the next month, I detached. I cooked for myself, did my own laundry. I stopped asking where she was going. Stopped checking when she came home. Stopped waiting. She noticed. You're acting like you don't care, she said one evening. I care, I replied. I just don't chase people who mock my loyalty. She didn't respond. I filed for divorce without announcing it. The paperwork felt heavier than it should have. 12 years reduced to signatures and schedules. She was surprised, offended. Even I didn't think you'd actually leave, she said. That told me everything I needed to know. The process wasn't clean. It wasn't quick. Some days I missed the version of her I thought existed. Some days I hated myself for believing in it. But something else grew in that space. Self-respect, not confidence, not happiness, just a refusal to be small. We sold the house. Split things evenly. She moved closer to her office. I stayed in a smaller apartment with too much light and not enough furniture. At work, I focused. Not to distract myself. To rebuild something that didn't require emotional permission. Months later, she reached out. Said she missed my steadiness, my reliability, my loyalty. I didn't respond. Not out of revenge. Out of clarity. Here's what I learned. Loyalty is not weakness, but giving it to someone who mocks it is self-abandonment. Cheating isn't always about desire. Sometimes it's about entitlement. About believing someone will always be there, no matter how poorly you treat them. If someone jokes about your devotion, they've already decided it has no value. Walking away doesn't make you cold, it makes you honest. And dignity doesn't come from winning. It comes from choosing not to play a game designed to humiliate you. I didn't lose my marriage. I stopped betraying myself.